What would you do differently if you were not afraid? I repeat, what would you do differently if you were not afraid? Ladies and gentlemen, according to statistics, 75% of people are afraid of public speaking, with 31% of adults afraid of failure. What does this mean to you? Don't let fear be the tool that holds you against your success. Ambrose Redmond says, and I quote, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something is more important than fear." What should you do? Imagine living a life without fear, being able to embrace your dreams, speaking your mind with undribbled passion. Courage, fearlessness. How can you be fearless? This brings us to our topic for today. From fearful to fearless. We are going to look at 3 specific points: fearlessness in childhood, fearlessness in adulthood, and fearlessness in old age. Today we are going to break free from the suffocating grip of fear, and we are going to enlighten the fire of fearlessness within you. To begin with, imagine with me, a young boy struggling with a stutter, facing and being a victim of bullying at school, being shy, unable to present yourself in front of your mates. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the reality of Winston Churchill. But did Churchill let fear hold him back? No. He went ahead and practiced with a speech therapist so he can perfect his diction. Winston Churchill practiced on the mirror. He even sang songs so that he can be fluent and he can manage his stutter. His perseverance and determination surely paid off, and he was known as the best fearless orator of his time. You are a child. Maybe you are struggling with presenting yourself in front of your mates. You can't speak your mind, and you feel shy. What should you do? Believe in yourself. You can do it. Face your fears head on. Surely you will make it. Now as we move on to adulthood, you might wonder, can fear still hold me back? Surely, fear can hold you back. At school, at work, even at home, fear can be a significant obstacle. I, standing right in front of you, I'm an experience to that. 6 months ago, I started a new job. And at this new place, I was intimidated by my boss's authoritative presence. I could not speak my mind. I could not let out my thoughts. So I ended up running out to a colleague. Unfortunately, the colleague was not a good one. And in an attempt to be called the good girl, she went with my thoughts to the boss, expressed them as your own. Ladies and gentlemen, it was disheartening. It was frustrating. I felt useless when the boss came with my thoughts, but now they are coming from someone else. You can imagine how it feels. That moment was a moment of clarity. I realized this is the end. I have to believe in myself. I have to face my fears. I went ahead and enrolled in a school of public speaking. And today, I can say that I'm confident. I can articulate my thoughts to my boss. And this has made a huge impact on my job. What is the key takeaway from this? It's you who have to do it yourself. No one is going to come and say, now this is the time. No. You have to do it yourself. Believe in yourself. Face your fears. And surely you are going to make it. Now as we move on, we are getting on to the golden days of life. You are now in your old age. The stresses come on. The fears start creeping in. Fear of isolation, fear of loss, health issues. All this can hold you back against your success. But if you are inspired, and you take your fear as a tool to inspire others. Take Donald Trump, for example. Donald Trump, despite setbacks and a lot of controversies, he remained influential in business and in politics. How old are you? How old are you? Mary Thompson, an 82-year-old skydiver, had her first dive at the age of 70. Can you do that? Maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is face your fears, acknowledge your fears, make small goals that you can achieve over time, and work on building your fearlessness. You can do it. Now, as I stand before you concluding, I would like to say, fearlessness is achievable. The first step is facing your fears. You will do it by yourself. Choose growth over stagnation. Choose courage over comfort. And choose fearlessness over fear. Good morning. My name is Livonia Kapamara. And as I leave, I would like to ask you this. What would you do differently if you were not afraid? What would you do differently if you were not afraid? Thank you.